For this week, maybe you have read the lesson plan. So this week we won't have quizzes. Let's just take a break about the assessment. But there is only one homework, which, yeah, uh, I have already opened the homework yesterday. And today I will try to review quickly the material. So it's not something new. For the test, it will be including the quiz problems and two additional materials. And the two additional materials will be minor. It's very minor since actually you have already learned that. And I will add another one is scientific notation. I think scientific notation, most of you have already heard and used that, especially for those who have taken chemistry. Okay, chemistry. I think Miss Effie has already taught you about scientific notation. And yeah, so that is the material for this week. Next week, next week on Monday, you will have the first quizzes, and Tuesday will be the test. Okay, so that is the lesson plan for exponential. After we end with exponential, we have logarithm. Therefore, since the quiz material will have already shared the answer for the last quiz, I'll give you the time to check your work and then, oh yeah, compare with the answer. If there is something that you want to confirm or ask, this is your opportunity. Okay, let's just say that today will be the last day that we will discuss about the quiz. So take your time. Okay, try to review your work. That is the first menu for today. After that, I'll give you just a slide of new lesson. So yeah, I'll be waiting for your question. Nyaris. Still? Nice. I'm really glad if you have no questions. Since of course for the test, the biggest part is this area from the quiz. We are just adding just two minor additional material. So just make sure that you actually understand the properties. If you did mistake, you really know why, which part that you did the mistakes and why it is false. Yeah, that's the thing that I want you, if you are uncertain why, you need to make sure to ask. Actually, there is one let me say one yeah not let me say it's a wrong question. It's not entirely correct actually. Intentionally it's not that, but in the end it happens that way. So if okay, while I'm still waiting for your question, I will share number 28. Most of you answer it incorrectly. Why? Because actually most of you see this as 24 x to the power of negative 3/4 over 8x to the power of negative 2/5, which is wrong. And it was not my intention. Actually, I intend to use this as a problem, but I miswrite that since I forget to add this. So if there is a parenthesis here and here, therefore this is correct. You get what my point? But if there is no parenthesis, be careful. We have multiplication and division. It means you have to go from left to right. So actually, it's supposed to be like this. You write it. 24 multiplied by x to the power of negative 3/4 divided by 8 multiplied by x to the power of negative 2/5. Actually, this has to be translated this way, not this way. But since I intend to use this as my problem, therefore I will give full points for those who solve this way or solve this way. So there are two answers that I accept. Okay, so yeah, I will give toleration now. Since actually my intention, I use this problem, not the second one. Well, can you get what I meant? If I write this way, actually it's supposed to be like this. For example, just a silly one. Let me just say 3 multiplied by 5 divided by, let me say 6 multiplied by 5 divided by 3 multiplied by 2. So this is not the same with this. No, no, no. It means you have to multiply this into 30, and then 30 you divide by 3, which is 10, and then 10 you multiply by 2, 20. You get what I mean? It will be different if I use parentheses. Okay, this is the basic algebra thing, and I want to share this since I have to admit I did mistake on the problem. Therefore, I open to two possible answers. Since yeah, Okay, I'm back. So, when was the last thing that I said, or have I closed the explanation? Anyone can relate to that? There, have I finished the explanation?
I don't think like you were cut off in the middle of explaining the. I was wrong in putting the problem.
Excuse me? So it was cut.
The yeah, it was cut.
Oh, okay. Wow. So, can you get what I meant with the ambiguity of number 28? Okay. Yeah. So actually, in algebra, it really determine which verse that you have to solve. Since I give a lack of parenthesis there, so it's not supposed to be the one that you almost the majority of you do. So yeah, I just want you to be aware of it. Okay. Any other question regarding the quiz that you want to confirm or ask? But not bonus problem. Okay. No, we're good. Okay. So let's okay. Then officially we close the material for quiz. Okay. So I hope that you can prepare your best for the test, and I will explain the additional material for today. Okay. Oh, it's a lot. Okay. So it is from your textbook page 248. So I will explain the example. So actually you have already done this before, but now previously you did it with variables, but now let's focus on numbers. Therefore, you need to simplify those numbers without calculator. Again, I remind you, when you use your calculator, it means you just leave your brain untrained, and that is not the objective here. So how to simplify this? Of course, make a habit when you have this as your base. Try to wonder, can you make it as a power? 8. So if you are concerned with that, don't forget, and you don't know what is 8 in a power, you can have factor 3, right? You can use this and then 2, 2. So, oh, 8 is 2 cubed, for example. Let's pretend we don't know. So let's just put it as a power and then 2/3. Somehow you can simplify it. So with the properties, you can know that this is 2 square. It is 4. Okay, that's what we learned from the homework now. It will be easy actually. But the thing is, sometimes we don't know what is the factor of certain value, certain number. For example, the next example, 216, okay, to the power of, what is that? 4/3, okay? If you don't know what is 216, use the factor 3, right? So it's 2, 1 over 8, 2, it is what is 440, wait, not 40, 54, and then it is 2, and then it's 27, and then 27 is 3 cube. So actually 2 cube, 3 cube. So I can use it this way, 2 cube, 3 cube, 4/3. So I distribute 4/3, and then this is 2/4 times 3, 3 to the fourth power. So it is, in the end, it is 16 multiplied by 81. Okay. So yeah, in the end, you just need to calculate, right? 1681. What is it? Hmm. I think the textbook has already given us 126. Any questions so far? So now we are focusing on simplifying numbers which have rational power, rational exponents, sorry. And of course, you need to be aware that the problems usually have numbers that can be altered that can be transformed into a power like this one. Okay, let's see number 3. For number 3, now this is getting trickier. 256 and then it is 6, the index root, divided by 64, and then this is 4. Okay, Lucis, what is the first move?
I don't know, Mr.
Okay, uh, the rest, Kevin.
Change it to exponential form.
Good. Yeah. So how do you change it?
Is it 256 to the power of 1/6
Good. And then divide by.
and
Okay, good.
divided by 64 to the power of 1/4?
Thank you. So always, if you have radicals, always convert into exponent, because we know the properties of exponential, not properties of radicals, right? So how, after this, what? Again, let's do the factoring. If you are not, okay, I really don't know what is the power of this one. So actually you can do this, right? So, and then, oh, in the end, you know that actually it is 2 to the 8th power, 1/6, divided by, this is 2 to the 4th power, sorry, 2 to the 6th power, 1/4, right? Divided by, so then you distribute, power of a power. So it is 2 to the power of 4/3 divided by 2 to the power of this one, right? So in the end, it is 2 to the power of, wait, 1/6 negative. So we can see on the textbook, it depends on the instruction. Don't forget 2 to the power of negative 1/6. Sometimes it's confusing when we have the exponent negative and then rational. First, make it positive. How to make it positive? It is 1/2 to the power of 1/6, right? And then if I'm not happy with exponents, try to convert into radicals. In the end, it is 1/6 root of 2. Okay, it depends on the instruction. Up until now, is there any question? The simplifying part doesn't have to be the same base. Whoa, has to. Uh, wait, depends. It depends. Okay, it depends. For example, like this one, Hillary, this one can be simplified into this because the base is the same, 2 and 2. That's why the exponent can be subtracted, right? Oh, bisa, betul, betul sekali. Jadi, thank you for clarifying that. So, actually, it can be, let me just revise it. That's a good point. Okay. So, 4 to the power of 4, and now this is 6, 1/6, right? And then divided by 4. But in the end, okay, keep in mind, in the end, you need to present as small as possible the radicand. Okay, so actually in the end, after you did this is 4 cubed, right? 1/4. So in the end, you have 4 to the power of 2/3 divided by 4 to the power of 3/4, right? So in the end, it is 4 to the power of 8, 12 minus 9, 12. So it is 4 to the power of negative 1/12. Negative. In the end, you still have to, try to simplify 4. So in the end, 4 is 2 square, right? So 2 square to the power of negative 1/12. So in the end, it is 2 to the power of negative 2/12. In the end, we have the same. Okay, in the end, we need to find the smallest possible value of numbers. So Hillary, yes, you can do that, but in the end, you need to do extra work. But it is correct. Your point is correct. Any other question?
Mister, I have a question.
Yes, please.
If the square root is the same, uh, can we like divide it immediately?
Square root is the same. Okay. Okay. I will discuss that later, but thank you for asking that. So this is from the homework, right? So for example, don't forget 5 times 3. Wait. Okay, don't forget we have this A times B, A divided by B to the nth power, it will be A to the nth power multiplied by B to the nth power. This will be A to the nth power divided by B to the nth power. See here, you can go also to this, right? Vice versa. So do not memorize only one direction. You can do the opposite. So whenever you have, for example, 88 like this, divided by 11, right? Actually, it is 88 to the power of 1/3 divided by 11 to the power of 1. So originally, by using the reverse technique, because the exponent is the same, actually it is like this, right? If you want to distribute it back like this, it will be the same. So that is the thing that you need to master also, the opposite. Try to use the properties into the opposite direction. So the answer, yes. So actually, if we have this situation, when the exponent is the same. Now, this is tricky. Usually we are dealing with the same base. But now how about the exponent is the same? Actually, we still can do that because we reverse the properties for number 4, I think. This is the fourth properties, right? So yeah, in the end, you can have 8 to the power of 1/3. So this is, you can use the cube root, or I prefer use this. 8 is 2 cube 1/3. So it is cross, so it is 2. So yeah, the answer is you can. We are not adding properties. Keep in mind, we are not adding properties. We are using the fourth property, but into the opposite direction. Okay, I hope it's clear. Any other question? That's a good question. Any other question? One of the trickier thing about, one more that I want, no, 2 more, sorry. Negative 729 over 64. Negative, if there are so many negative, it will be complicated. If there are so many negative people gathering, it will be very complicated, right? So yeah, it's hard for us to deal with a lot of negative, but we have to learn how to deal with this. So whenever you have this situation, if you are not good in the concept, I always encourage you to do this. Negative. So the negative, you have to convert into -1. So just distribute all the exponent into all the factors, including -1. So it becomes like this. Okay, since it will be tricky, I will show you that this will be very important to do, because we have many variations of problems. And if you can deal it this way, you can be convinced that you have the right answer. Okay, so you distribute f -2/3 also to the negative. Okay, so let me just, I will do one by one. I will split this, okay, and then we'll multiply it later. I will do the right one first. So 700, okay, of course we need to do the factoring like this one, but if I'm not wrong, it is 3 to the power of 6, I think. 3 to the 6th power, and then this is negative 2/3 over, this one is 2 to the 6th power, negative 2/3. Okay, in the end, it is 3 to the power of negative 4 over 2 to the power of negative 4. Don't forget, we have negative exponent, negative exponent. Make it positive. How? Exchange. So it is 2 to the 4th power, 3 to the 4th power. So in the end, it is 16 over 81. Done. This is the right part. Now, how about the left part? Negative 1 to the power of negative 2/3. Will it be negative or positive? So if you are unsure, try to do step by step. So negative 1 to the power of negative 2/3. Make it positive, the exponent. So it becomes 1 over negative 1 to the power of 2/3, right? And if I convert this into radical, it becomes 1 over cube root of negative 1 being squared, right? So my question, negative 1 being squared, will it be 1 or negative 1? Anyone?
1.
1. Good. So let's just convert into 1. And 1, if you cube root, it becomes 1 or negative 1. Anyone?
1.
1 also. So in the end, it is positive 1. So actually, it is in the end, it will be 1 multiplied by 16 over 81. So the final answer is 16 over 81, not negative 16 over 81. Mister, kayaknya nggak perlu deh. Percayalah. Nanti ada tipe soal Mister yang kalau nggak bikin seperti ini, nanti bingung sendiri. Negatif atau positif. Just whenever you have negative inside the parenthesis, it is suggested to do this way. But if you are good, again, if you are good in concept, that's fine. As long as you are certain, because the negative and positive, it is not a minor mistake. Again, let me repeat, the difference between negative and positive is not a minor mistake. It is a major mistake in exponential. So be careful. Okay, any question?
Mister,
Yes, Flavia?
if it is negative 1 in parentheses to the power of negative 3 over 2,
Okay.
kalau itu jadi undefined, right?
Bukan, imaginary.
Imaginary is acceptable, this one.
Acceptable.
Okay. Tapi we should simplify it to I, or should it,
I.
or just let me, okay.
It
Okay,
becomes
thank you,
I.
Mr.
That's the point. There will be a problem that somehow it becomes an I, right? That's why you need to know whether you have 1 here, negative 1, or I. That's, yeah, actually I want you to just, later, tomorrow, I will give you a problem that you will find the situation and you will find out that I will happen. But since Flavia has already asked this, let me discuss for those who have no idea what we are talking about. So actually, if this is the case, let me convert into a positive exponent. So it is negative 1 over 3 of to the power of 3 over 2, right? So if I convert into a radical, so it is a square root of negative 1 being cubed. My question is negative 1 being cubed, the result is negative 1 also, right? So the final result will be square root of negative 1. So actually it's not I, it is 1 over I. So in the end, your final answer, if you have this situation, you multiply it by this, the final answer is 16 over 81I. Any question? That's why I said it's very important to separate negative 1 and try to do its own thing with the negative 1. Although you don't have to show the steps, just make sure you check what the negative one can be. Will it be an I, 1, or a positive or negative? Any question? We're good? Okay, one more thing. But before I go to the one more thing, I am curious about this one. Scarlett, are you there?
Yes, Mister.
Can you convert into exponent?
Um, I'm not sure.
Just try. Exponent into the exponent form. This is radical. Don't have any idea? Okay, Faustina. Can you transform this into exponent?
I don't know, Mister.
What? Wow. Okay. Who wants? Matthew.
3 square root of 3.
3.
Square root of 3. 3 square root.
Oh, no. To exponent, not simplify. To exponent. This is simplifying, yes. No, you transform into exponent. After this, Hillary.
3 2 over 3.
3.
2 over 3.
Dikit. Hillary,
Sama, Mister.
seriously?
Iya.
Okay. Wait.
Enggak, Mister, kebalik.
Kebalik jadi
3 over
3 over 2. Yes. Wow, what's wrong? Yeah. Don't forget. Okay, yeah. But the thing that I want to check is this: when you don't, I found this that somehow you are confused with this. When we don't write the index root, it is not 1, it is 2, right? It is 2. So it is 3 over 2, not 3 to the power of 3 over 1. No. Who told you that? That square root, the index root is 2. But we have an agreement, we don't have to write it down. So for example, like this, so it is 5 to the power of 4 over 2. And Matthew, be careful, do not be, jangan kebalik ya, hati-hati. Okay, so yeah, I just want to remind you that before I go to the last one. Okay, so the square root is, the index root is 2. Okay, I'm amazed that there is someone who don't know this. So I want to remind you this. Okay, so now, the last one. 2 to the power of 8 equals 2 to the power of x. Okay, what is the value that can replace x to make this statement true?
A value of x that can replace. It's 8, right, Mister?
Yeah. Are you certain?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I want to be sure, okay, since if you have, for example, 3 to the power of 3 equals a to the power of 3. Oh, wait, not 3 lah, 5 to make it different. Look at the form. So if I'm asking you what is the value of a that make this statement true, yeah, it's 3, right? Okay, now I will explain you how to do this, the section for your homework. There is a question like this, for example. and then you have to find x. Remember, use the properties. So how to find x? Make the statement on the left and the right have the same base. So you can conclude whenever we have the same base, so we can conclude that the exponent will be the same. So this is how. For example, I will use the exponent base 4. So it is 4 cubed, right? 64 is 4 cubed to the power of x. It is equal 4. 4 is 4 to the 1 power, right? So it is 4, 3x equals 4, 1. Since it is 4 and 4, therefore 3x will be have to be equals to 1. So x must be 1/3. Okay, that is for number 53. That is how you solve it. For example, I use another one, number 55. 49 to the x power equals 343. How to find x? Make the same base, make it an equal base. So this one is 7 square. This one is 7 cubed. Okay, so it is 7 to the 2x power equals to 7 to the 3rd power. Since the base is the same, therefore 2x must be equal to 3. Then x equals to 3/2. Don't forget, since we are finding the all possible answer for x, don't forget we need the solution set, right? We try to find all possible values to replace x to make that statement true. Therefore, we are finding the solution set. So for number 54 until 60, since you are finding all possible value for your x, you have to use the solution set. But how to solve it? Use this one, use this technique. Okay, because we haven't learned about logarithm, but this is the introduction for logarithm. For those of you who have already learned logarithm, do not use logarithm, don't. Okay, this is the introduction. So please use the exponent first. Okay, so yeah, that is the last thing that you need to learn. So any questions so far?
So, Mr. The final answer should be in the solution set.
54 until 60, yes, because we are trying to find the x. But for before, no, because we are simplifying, right? Simplifying, the answer is just the simplest form. Okay, so yeah, any other question? We are good. Okay, so actually the scientific notation is very easy. You can just read it if you want to have a head start for doing the homework. You can do it by yourself actually. But if you need to, tomorrow I will explain about the scientific notation. But there is also a good videos in YouTube, so you can use that as well. But again, scientific notation is just quite easy. I want you to master it. It's one of the must. You have to get points in scientific notation on the test. It's the easiest part, I think. So you need to master that. And tomorrow I will explain the scientific notation, and I will expect your questions regarding the homework. So please do so. On Wednesday, it depends. If you have still a lot of questions, we can open a class. But if you have no questions, which I will allocate Wednesday for you to have more time to finish your homework. Therefore, I think if there is no request, we can have no Zoom for Wednesday. That is my plan. Okay, so yeah, if you have no further question, good luck with your assignments, and please practice, since only 2 additional material and the test will be there on Tuesday. Good luck. See you tomorrow.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
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 Welcome.
Thank you, Mr.
Welcome.